Well, hello there. It's time. It's time for me to take a break. I just wanted to kind of share the reasons why I'm taking a little break. I started this channel to share inspirational things with people. And another reason why I started it is, to be honest, is because I wanted to, get monetized and create maybe an extra small income and to share things that light me up and that hopefully inspire you subscribers to also find things that inspire them in their lives. And this journey I started almost 3 years ago in August, and when I first started, I couldn't even make videos at the time. I was so camera shy. It was hard for me to talk about things, and I've learned so much about myself through this process. It was a hard decision for me to do it. Actually, it wasn't. It was kind of interesting because I found that when I'm grounding myself, and that could be anywhere from working in flowers, I was mowing the yard actually, that is when I get downloaded with information, even going on walks, something where I'm out in nature or I'm touching flowers or my hands are in the dirt or something. And I just got this message over the weekend that I really need some downtime. I need to take a break. And, the last 5 years have been a whirlwind. There has been so many things outside of COVID. And even that was, for me, that was actually still super busy. We were considered essential. And so I felt like I was double timing it. Our company was double timing it during that time for 2 years. And so it was kind of like Mother's Day, which is our busiest time of year, for 2 years straight. And so it was just great, which was a blessing, but it was also just, I never really rested. And then after that, we sold our house, we started building. Then, I found out that our family farm is up for sale, went up for sale last year. And there's just been so many changes. I lost my mom during that time. And there's just been so many things that have happened and gone on during that time. And I'm the type of person that when I put my energy into something, I go all in. I'm 150%. And I feel like with this channel, as much as I really wanted to put so much energy and effort into it, I was just spread too thin and I wasn't able to really, go all in. I just wasn't able to. And so it was kind of like I was half in, half out, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And it just didn't feel like I was putting the effort into it that I really wanted to. But it still took a lot of time. Making videos and all that takes time. And as much as I enjoyed and learned so much, again, about editing and just so many things that I learned about myself, again, I gained a ton of confidence just putting myself out there and sharing. I got to a point where, I didn't really have to edit too much anymore because I just kind of just started talking and, kind of just talking about topics that I felt like came to me from my higher self. And so it was it was a great experience that I've gone through. And I don't know how long I'm going to take a break, if it's going to be, for good, or if I'm going to come back to this. But right now, I just feel like I'm so tapped out. I'm so spread thin, and there's all these unknowns that are going on in the future as well. What type of job I'm going to be, all these things I don't know. And so I feel like it's time for me to really cut out things that, I'm not saying they're not serving me, but they're not, I'm not able to really focus on me. And that's what I need to do right now. I really need to take some time and care for myself, nurture myself. And you know, I've been so wrapped up in taking care of, you know, my family farm stuff and my kids. You know, my son's graduating this year, and so that's exciting, but it's, you know, raising kids takes a lot of time. And, you know, my husband and his business, and, you know, focusing on him, and which I love doing. Those are things that I enjoy doing. I love nurturing and taking care of people in my life. But because I do that, and I've been doing a YouTube channel, 2 of them actually, and I just feel like it's time for me to just find peace in myself and take time and really go inward and, like I said, nurture me. So I just, you know, that's where I'm at with Nicolette's Inspirations. And I wanted to say that I so appreciate everybody that's subscribed and that's, you know, kind of followed me and made comments and, you know, given inspirational messages to me as well. It's been an amazing experience. And I, you know, I thank you for that. That's been incredible. So I also encourage, you know, if you find yourself in your life where you're just so tapped out and just you give, and you're constantly taking care of everybody else around you, and you're, you know, you're trying to make ends meet and doing all these things to, you know, to make ends meet, to start cutting back on things that maybe don't need to be done. And, you know, because that's what kind of, like, I was thinking about yesterday as far as this channel is concerned. I love doing it, and I love sharing, and I love, you know, hopefully helping people get perspective on things. But at this point in my life, I'm just, you know, like, you know, kind of reflecting on, you know, why am I doing it? Like, what's the purpose of it? What's it bringing? And I'm not trying to sound selfish here, but, you know, what is the point of me sharing that information? Because I do love to help and nurture, but when you're so depleted yourself that you're run down and you can't, like, care for yourself, and you can't, you know, like, it's just getting harder and harder, and you're more and more tapped out. My body's tired, my mind is tired. And when you get to that point where you're so depleted that, you know, you have to start looking after yourself first. It's kind of like the whole air mask thing in the airplane, you know, the airplane. They say that if the airplane's going down and the air masks come down, don your own mask first before you help others. Because if you don't, then you can't help anybody else. And that's where I'm at. I'm at that point where I really need to care for me first. And, you know, where are you at in your life with that? You know, do you find yourself so run down, but you still do these things because you're on autopilot? You're constantly still doing things because, well, you know, I really should keep going. Well, and that's for my channel. That's where I was like, I gotta keep going. And then I'm kind of questioning, like, for who, for what, you know, why? And maybe those reasons will come to me when I, you know, cut back on everything and I really decide where I'm going, because everything is going to change in the next few months for me. Everything. Where I live is going to change. You know, my future, you know, everything's going to change. That's what I know. I don't know what it's going to change to. And I'm at the point where I'm kind of excited about that. But, you know, I have to kind of let go of things that are weighing me down. And, you know, having a channel and making videos and doing all that, it's a lot. It's a lot of work, and it's effort. And it's not effort like it's a struggle. I actually really enjoy doing it, but it still takes a lot of time out of my week or out of my day to do this. And so, anyway, so this is me, Nicolette's Inspirations, telling you that I'm taking a break. I don't know for how long. I don't know, what the future brings. And I just want to remind you that wherever you're at in your life, whatever you're doing, you are an incredible human being. You matter. And, you are a light. Keep shining your light and keep being your authentic self. That's what this world needs right now. And that does not mean taking care of other people. That means taking care of you and being your best self. That is why we are here. That is our purpose, is to be our best selves. And this is the reason why I'm doing this. Because in order for me to help others, you first have to help yourself. You first have to take care of yourself. And the more you do that, the more your light shines bright. And that's where I'm at. That's what I'm realizing. That, I'm so tapped out, and it's time for me to get in my heart space again and take care of me and start finding the joy in life, the little things in life. Like mowing the yard was really, even though it was like physically exhausting, it made me feel good. Little things like that, or, just painting or whatever it is that brings you joy. Do those things, seek those things out. Not because you have to, but because you are drawn to it, because it brings you joy, because it brings you peace, because it brings you calm, because it makes you feel creative. That's, that's being part of the human experience. We get to choose in our lives, what we want to do with our realities. And even when it doesn't maybe feel like that, you do get to choose how you feel. You get to choose how you view things and how you see things. And so, anyway, so this is me saying goodbye for now. Thank you so much for everybody that has subscribed, supported me, and I wish you the best. I do wish you the best, and we'll see what happens in the future. Thank you for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.